This cooler is not supposed to look like this. I just now looked at the fan.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's missing the shroud. Hey, how's it going, guys? Jack and Matt here with the Toasty Bros, and today we have one of the oldest Alienwares we have had in the shop. This is from 2007, and it is in an absolutely epic case. We know nothing about it, and we paid about $10 for it.
You guys love Alienware content here on the channel, from stuff that's somewhat still modern to very old ancient Alienware, and this definitely falls under the ancient Alienware category. What can it do? Of course, we're gonna try to game on it, but we gotta figure out exactly what's inside this thing and what we got for 10 bucks. But first, a word from today's sponsor.
It's a new year, and that means it's time to pick up some new tech from today's video sponsor, Micro Center. Micro Center is your one-stop shop for PC hardware and our favorite place to buy tech in person. They are currently running an awesome promo right now where you can get $25 off any CPU in store for new customers. With 25 stores across the US and over 30,000 items in stock, you'll find a lot of options to start your new year off right with a PC build or upgrade. They also offer repair services that can help you out if you build your first gaming PC and things just aren't working right. Their highly skilled staff can diagnose and fix your system problems. Or you can have them just build your gaming PC for you with their same-day pro assembly. You should definitely check the links in the description down below, and also stop by your local Micro Center to see what they have in store for you. Big thanks again to Micro Center for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get into the video, shall we?
So if you guys didn't know, we are the owners of PCBros.tech, which is our PC selling business, and we do have a brick and mortar store. We have people come in with crazy stuff like this all the time. Check out some of our other videos, such as like the old Macintosh Plus, the Windows 95 gaming PC, and every so often we have someone bring in something crazy like this, and it's just collecting dust in their attic. They don't want it anymore. Sometimes they even ask us to e-cycle stuff like this. So usually if we think it's worth anything, we'll give them some money for it, some trade-in value. So $10 for this thing. And yeah, I'm gonna be real, the case alone, if you can find the right collector for it, you might be able to get $100 to $200 for it because someone really wants to do a resto mod in this, but I don't think we're gonna be doing that.
Yeah, so what we're gonna go ahead and do is just take a look at this and go over some of the information that we found just by searching the model number, and then we're gonna dive into figuring out what kind of CPU it has, what kind of GPU it has, and figure out what kind of gaming can we actually do on this thing, because it ain't gonna be anything pretty modern.
All right, guys, well, here's our absolutely behemoth. So we actually have the sticker on the back here from Alienware Corp. I believe by now Dell had already acquired Alienware. I think it was 2006. I'm gonna have to look that up and fact check it, but Alienware I know came out in like the late 90s. They started doing the laptops after a little bit. They started doing the actual like Area-51 computers, and then I think around that time Dell acquired them, but there is no Dell on here, just Alienware, but the Area-51 7500R5 for home or office use. Same for no business. And it looks like everything's pretty much in here. So I want to show you guys some of the really cool features of this case though. For one, Matt and I brag constantly about toolless cases because most companies, they're not really a thing. And like we see a lot of new cases now where they're going toolless, right? No screws. And I thought honestly that was kind of a newer invention, but then we get this case and I'm just like, wow. And like toolless. It actually, yeah, it has a hinge mechanism. Now another thing Alienware was already way ahead of on the game was having this, so that rather than having to have your fan or LEDs, because this was really common back in the day to have a fan right here, LEDs, you had to plug them in, and imagine what it's like when you go to take this case off, the side panel, when you gotta undo all that. So this one's very screwed up, obviously. We're gonna need to do some bending if they still even work, but it was really a cool invention having these pins here so that you didn't have to have anything directly plugged in. Yeah, I mean, oh, this thing has SATA? Yeah, I mean, so it's old, but it had some modern technology on it.
Where are the SATA on the motherboard? Oh, there's just one.
But also, is this the power supply?
That's the power supply. We have to, that thing has to come out.
Continuous 700 watt, and it's that freaking big.
That is massive.
Dude, that's insane. Yeah, we'll definitely have to get into that in a minute. Graphics card is a 2-lane but single lane profile. Oh, it's a 550 Ti 2 gig.
Oh, nice.
A super clock. That was actually a good card back in the day, and that's not a terrible card now. It's not a, okay, I should rephrase that. Not a good card, but for esports, like, I think this will still run like Fortnite, Roblox, Minecraft. Like, it's not a terrible card. We've used it in some of our esports systems. We have a passive cooler question? No, there might be a fan in here, actually. Yeah, there's a fan inside of here. There's a lot of NVIDIA.
There's a lot of NVIDIA stuff on there. I have to.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it?
EVGA.
EVGA. Also a weird motherboard brand that you don't really see very often, but back in the day, EVGA definitely made some pretty nice motherboards.
They still make some really high-end ones, but they only release like 1 or 2 now. There's no RAM either.
But yeah, so 2007 is around when I read this thing when it came out. It looks like we actually can remove the back panel. I don't think there's really anything back here. We have these weird like ancient LED connectors that are IDE to whatever this is. This actually looks like a pretty modern connector too, which is funny. A lot of the freaking like Deepcool and other companies like that use these like proprietary connectors that look just like this. Cool intake fan location. Let's go ahead and get off the CPU cooler because that's really what I want to know. This should have like a, I want to say like a Core 2 Duo or a Core 2 Quad in it. Thermal paste looks fairly new, doesn't it?
It does.
I mean, it's not
or it was just really high quality stuff.
Could have been really high quality stuff. I doubt it's from 2007 though. And let's see what we have here. So we have a Core 2 Duo 6400, and I have no clue if that's like an amazing CPU or if it's like pretty mediocre. I wish we had like a quad. That's from 05 though, it looks like. So yeah, I think 2007, maybe even earlier. This could be more like 2006 or something like that.
So the CPU, the E6400, was launched in Q3 of 06, so era appropriate. It was 65 nanometer. So think about that. That's pretty ancient nowadays. It was a 2-core processor, nothing else, 65 watt TDP, a base frequency of 2.1 gigahertz. There was no boosting here. It was 2.1 gigahertz. It was what it was.
That's when overclocking was actually made sense.
Yeah, and this is LGA 775, so we got that going here. And then Jackson found some information on the graphics card, which we did realize the shroud isn't there, so we think this was added later.
Yeah, well, I made the comment. I'm like, you know, it's weird. It's a 550 Ti, but it's like single double lane. But then look at that fan. That's definitely not right. It might work, like it might cool it fine, but ideally you want a shroud to help direct airflow. But yeah, clearly they would not release. That's an EVGA card. They would not release from the factory like that. So I think, I don't know why, but I think someone took the whole entire shroud off of this thing, or it broke off for whatever reason. So, but yeah, this card would have came out in 2011. Definitely not age appropriate. That means that someone was using this build a little more recently than you know, one would think. And but yeah, CPU I bet is original. I read you could get it with the quad core or the Core 2 Duo. So at this point, we know what's in the build. We know we're going to need DDR2 RAM. We got a lot of DDR2 RAM. We do not have a shortage of old RAM. I think we're gonna give this thing a good cleaning, right? A good air compressor cleaning. Maybe real quick, we'll bin these pins. We'll see if we actually have any RGB. And at that point, once we get the components in here with new thermal paste, let's just see if this thing turns on and actually works. We don't have a hard drive. Can we use an SSD with this thing? Is that possible?
I don't know. I don't know what the SATA controller is on that thing.
I don't know, but we do have SATA and we do have SATA power as well. So
let me see. We could try and see what happens.
All right, so what I'm doing right now, guys, if you're wondering, I'm just kind of plugging stuff back in because I want to have this thing like kind of fully put together to test.
I don't know why all that stuff got unplugged. Somebody clearly was doing some upgrading or tampering with this thing. Yeah, ended up in a closet somehow. We're gonna figure out the reason why.
It might be hard to hear us, but we're going to clean the computer.
Oh, like the Windows keys in here.
So pretty cool. Here's the inside of this bad boy.
That's a lot better. We definitely are gonna get inside and probably Windex with microfiber, kind of try to get all this glossy black cleaned up. I'm feeling pretty good about it now. I don't know if I'm not very confident the piece is gonna turn on and work though, but we're gonna need to grab an SSD. I think if it just works, you know, we just call it, but I feel like if we have to order something, I'm like, V-True fan pack would be kind of cool.
Some RGB in here, some upgraded V-True. Might need to do that. So you hunting for some RAM over here?
I'm fiending for some DDR2.
That's a word I've never thought I'd hear, fiending for some DDR2.
Find one more stick of Crucial. I think we could. Probably don't even have to be Crucial, honestly. We could probably kind of... You could really gotta force this stuff in. Just do this. I actually don't even know which way. I might have been supposed to do black and black and then, you know, other one.
Find out on post. If we know anything here at the Toasty Bros, it never works the first time.
No, never.
I don't know what I was thinking, but it booted just fine, no problems. We're gonna go ahead and get an SSD, see if the SSD will work. If we get an SSD working in this thing with Windows 10, and we can actually get that backplate going, I'm not saying it's gonna be a great gaming PC, but it's gonna game. Guys, we're in TF2.
So laggy.
Oh man, oh wow.
All right, guys. It's time for some good old Team Fortress 2. So first of all, we're going 1360 by 768 because obviously this type of monitor didn't exist back then. We are in like medium high settings, so we could probably lower those, but
do you lower in game? That's a very risky move.
Not old Valve games.
Milliseconds or something. Oh, GPU's only at 5%. CPU struggling, 2.1 gigahertz.
I'm gonna die again, what even just hit me?
I think everyone else left. Wow, look at you, you're capping so well by yourself. Yeah, TF2, obviously not running ideally. We are in CSGO, PowerPoint Presentation Edition. I took you out, bro. Oh, wow. I didn't win, the game's over. Yeah, I could go higher settings to try to offset the CPU bottleneck, but I'll be real with you, I don't think there's fixing this CPU bottleneck. The CPU bottleneck is pretty bad right now, but I'm gonna see if Jax can do Rocket League. I don't think it's gonna go very well, but we're gonna try some Rocket League. And we're in Rocket League, and this is all low, isn't it?
Yeah, this is all, I turned everything to performance.
Honestly, it's better than I thought it would be. I thought it was gonna be like 10 FPS.
I decided to do 2s because I feel like 1s would be miserable if the PC runs like crap. The latency is really not, well, actually, it just keeps, the problem is it's spiking.
Yeah, that's what it was doing in other games too. Oh, wow, that's 70 for a second there. Oh, that's a goal, that's a goal. Oh, look at the lag on the animation.
It's just that easy, guys.
It's just that easy. Moves.
That's just in our goal.
Teammate! Oh, teammate almost saved it.
I thought it was crazy.
That would have been a crazy save, to be honest. There's that, that's the Alienware. We got it all cleaned up, we got it working, and we got it for $10. So I think that was a success. Let's go ahead and wrap this video up real quick.
All right, guys, we just got done testing some very old games and also just a couple of modern ones. And as you can see, even in the old titles, it wasn't amazing. We really think that if this thing still had like Vista or 7 on it, and we were playing on these games on old versions, they might have been a lot better. But I think nowadays, you know, these games that we're playing are still relevant. CSGO, obviously still one of the #1 play games. They're not gonna really optimize it anymore to run on these Core 2 Duos from 10+ years ago. They're gonna be optimizing it to run a new Ryzen and Intel stuff, so they're really dropping support for that, especially on Windows 10. So we probably sacrificed a lot of performance doing that.
So yeah, it was pretty cool to take a look at this, well, $10 Alienware that we got through PCBros. So if you wanna learn more about Alienwares and stuff, we'll try to leave some links down below. I mean, it's gonna be kind of hard to find something like this on eBay that you probably wanna buy. So we'll try to leave some affiliate links to some other eBay searches for, I don't know, other Alienware products that we do recommend that we have taken a look at here on the channel. So check those links down below. But yeah, it's a really cool piece of tech, cool piece of history. And yeah, it was pretty cool to make this video.
So as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/ToastyBros. And do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
So now this PC has an SSD, it's been fully cleaned, fully gone through. It will be for sale at PCBros.tech, but this one will probably be local only. We do actually have a brick and mortar store you can walk into. You can buy keyboards, mice, monitors, webcams, old and weird computers like this, and brand new ones.
PCBros.tech, gaming PCs, gaming laptops, and so much more. And if you use code ToastyBros2 on checkout, you'll save 2%. See you guys later.
Peace out.